Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome tonight here to Marconi Stadium, the Palace, for the 2024 Men's National Premier League Season Round 7 fixture that sees our mighty Marconi Stallions taking on Sydney FC. Tonight's lineup for Sydney FC is as follows: number 4, Joseph Komasic; number 7, Nicholas Alvaro; number 10, Jaden Kuczarski; number 18, Matthew Scarcella; number 19, Mitchell Glasson; number 20, Adam Pavlovich; number 21, Zachary Jesus; number 28, Nathan Amartidis; number 15, Jay Moss; number 17, Ayub Mao; number 13, Samuel Lancaster. On the bench they have number 37, Zinedine Eliashar; 22, Justin Cordoza; 25, Zach Marcelo; 26, Marco Santangelo; number 30, Mason Hartnett; and number 44, Reece Webster. And they're coached by Jimmy Van Marino. Tonight's lineup, ladies and gentlemen, for the stadium, we have number 1, James Hilton; number 2, Nathan Milgate; number 3, Cameron Windust; number 4, Anton Milarich; number 7, Frank Goldmeyer; number 10, our captain, Marko Jesic; number 11, Hiroyaki Aoyama; number 14, Dylan Suzovic; number 18, George Daniel; number 23, Brendan Villa; number 25, Jonathan Suarez. On the bench tonight we have for Marconi number 29, Jakob Malbasa; number 24, Mackenzie Siren; number 26, Matthew Martiniano; number 29, Luke Russell. Number 34, Julian Monge; and number 36, Samuel Hogarth. The Stallions are coached by Peter Sekenis. Marconi Stallions FC acknowledges and appreciates the support of the 2024 sponsors. Brighton Lawyers need expert legal advice, that's what they do. Nippies, you up on Nippies. Peter Warren Ford, Alice Constructions, Legia and Marco Football. The Football New South Wales Men's National Premier League competition is proudly sponsored by MIDA, the official match ball of the New South Wales NPL. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, find a sign around the stadium and make sure you scan their QR code for your entry to our weekly $100 Poucher voucher giveaway, as well as your entry to our $1,000 cash giveaway at the end of the season. Scan up, get in there, be here for a chance to win. Let's put our hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the teams as they come out for tonight's fixture. And let's wish our mighty Marconi Stallions all the best for tonight.
The Palace on a Saturday night? Yes, please. Welcome to Marconi Stadium, round 7 of the competition as Marconi take on Sydney FC in NPL Men's New South Wales. Nicholas Kutniak with you. What shapes up to be an absolute cracker between these two sides. Let's go through the lineups. James Hilton, the goalkeeper, number 1. Number 2 is Nathan Milgate for Marconi. 3, Cameron Windust. 4, Anton Milanaric. 7, Franco Mayer. 10, captain Marko Jesic. 11, Hiroki Ayama. 14, Dylan Sulcevic. And 18, George Daniel. 23, Brandon Villa. And 25, Jonathan Soros, the starting 11 for Marconi. For Sydney FC, their starting 11, number 20, between the pipes, Adam Pavlicic. In 4, Joseph Kalusic. In 7, Nicholas Alfaro. 10, he's back, he's captain too, Jaden Kuczarski. In 15, Jay Maltz. In 17, Ayuk Mao. In 18, Matthew Scarcella. 19, Mitch Glasson. 21, Zachary De Jesus. In 28, Nathan Amatidis. And in 32, Samuel Lancaster. Interesting seasons for both sides thus far. Marconi high flying, third on the ladder, 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. While Sydney FC ninth, 2 wins this season, 3 losses, 1 draw. That loss last week in the derby against the Wanderers at Rockdale did hurt. 5-2 the score in that game. While Marconi last week, they defeated Sutherland 2-1. As I said, this is going to be an absolute cracker because both sides know what's at stake. Sydney FC, if they want to get into the finals, I know it's week 7 of the competition, but you really want to be fighting early. Oh, Marconi, well, they can keep on pressing for the top. In what has been a great start to this competition, we've seen so many good moments already. We hope to see more this season. Our referee in charge, Danny Horsted, Aaron Bloch and James Marcus, our assistants earlier before. That game yesterday, 2-0 Olympic defeated Manly, and Spirit lead Central Coast at the moment 2-0 after 74. St George and Apia doing battle with the Saints. It's 0-0 there after 4, and we're set here at Marconi. The Stallions to start things off. Defending left of screen. A club end. Underway. Yesic works it back. Ayama works it deep down the left channel. Marconi already going forward here. Franco Mayer, formerly from City, tries to cross it in. Will be a Sydney FC ball, of course. When I say City, St George City. Of course, when you have so many cities in this competition, it doesn't help. Same as United's. Sydney FC with Adam Pavlicic to take this. Be interesting to see what sort of game Sydney FC will play. A different lineup to last week. And for Marconi, as you probably noticed, James Timokovsky not playing today, same as Liam Yuli and Miloslav Popovic and Kyle Gementi. They're the players not in the side today. As I said, Sydney FC a lot to play for after what happened last week in the derby. As Yesic quickly on the attack. Yesic has to go himself. He does cut back inside, so it does open up here. Susovic. It goes wider. And this is Vela, who works it back inside. Good work, Kalusic getting himself involved, as now it's worked up by Glasson. Not too much with the ball. Amatidis is now. Mal has it. Yesic, rough challenge. Foul is called. Probably not rough, but it was a hard challenge there. I'll be 10 yards from halfway. Lancaster. Kalusic. Lancaster. Ball goes out for a throw on that far side. See the pressure from Sydney FC. Trying to get possession after what was been a good start by the Stallions. And they'll get the ball again as it did touch off the Sky Blues. Throw to be taken by George Daniel. Over halfway. Scarcella works it back inside. Kalusic. Kalusic, as I said, getting himself involved quite a bit already. Clearing that one out. Good young player. Kalusic. He celebrated his birthday recently. Turned 20 a couple of weeks ago. As I said, a lot to be spoken about him as Windust has it on halfway. Vela beaten there by Alfaro, but plays it out for a throw on this side. Windust throws it back in. Yesic. And again, Kalusic is there. The centre back being involved is Alfaro. Loses possession. Chance teed up, but probably a little bit too much for Sulcevic. Ayama trying to get a nice ball on, but probably just a bit too much. You can see already how Sulcevic is getting himself in good spots, same as Marko Jesic, he's been around for a while now, hasn't he? Fairfield boy. His NPL career, it's been at Marconi. Represented Australia in the under-23s a while ago. As Brandon Vella has it on this right channel. Works it in, but again, not the angle for Jesic. Does come back. Saurus. Jonathan Saurus working it to the right. Vella. Far post again. Sulcevic couldn't get to it. Pavlicic letting it go out for a throw for his side. Round the grounds, Spirit. They lead Central Coast 2-0 after 78. They've started at Landon. Hills 0, Rockdale 0, St George FC 0, Apia 0 after 9. That game at Rockdale, and St George City FA and Blacktown City do battle in the Battle of the Cities at 7:15 at Penshurst Park, one of the great new grounds going around in the competition. Awesome to watch the game as let's see what they can do again. Marconi. Jesic is going to try to get to it, but again, Pavlicic too good, and then decides to chest pass it down. It was like watching a netball game. And you see those sharp passes. I didn't think I was ever going to relate a pass in football for something you'd see in netball, by the way. In the 10 years I've called football, I've never thought I'd say that in my life, but that's the way it looked like from Pavlicic. It's now Sydney FC have it on this left channel. Faro. And the pressure from Win Dust. He gives away the foul. Nathan Matidis. Matidis gets his side of the foul. A couple of yards from this broadcast side of the car park side of Marconi Stadium. The car park absolutely chock-a-block. Not a bad attendance here. As Jesic gets it on, and now it's Franco Mayo, and he's taken down. Well, it's just outside the area. No card will be given. It was also close. And it sets up Marconi's first real chance at goal. Quickly around the grounds at Landon. An early goal for Rockdale. Hills 0, Rockdale 1 after 4 and 80 minutes gone. Spirit 2, Central Coast 0. And Christie Park, Eric Subiano calling that game a treat. And St George FC playing Apia, no score after 11 minutes. Back here, Marconi look to set up this chance. It's looking to be a 4-man wall towards the grandstand side, and then there's 3 players hobbling around to the left side, or the broadcast side, as Kaczarski's having a say. Referee doesn't want a bar of it. And Huzzles actually gets a card for this. So the assistant, he obviously had to get some help from the assistant. To be honest, I didn't quite see the incident as clearly as I'd like to have another look. But yeah, he gets a red card. And he's in the book. As I said, I need to have another look at that because I didn't get a clear look first go. And he gets a red card. Initially there was nothing going on. We're waiting around, and then they've made the call. We'll see this set piece. Jesic takes it. Oh, it's hit off the wall, and then a chance for Win Dust, but Pavlicic gets there to make the save. So no score in this one, but Sydney FC are a man down in this contest. So challenger Mayer. Now initially nothing was given. Just having a look at the replay via the YouTube page, and I know a lot of people will be probably rewinding back. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely a card to be given from that incident. I need to have a proper look, and I probably will at half time, but from the look I looked there, it's definitely a card to be given. As the ball goes back to the right, it's Saurus for Marconi. Back to Millgate. And Millgate's going to have possession again. He'll look to go to Windust on the right. Former Mariner. He works it upstream. Jesic can't get to it. Comes back for Pavlicic. Now they'll set up again. Scarcella going back to Pavlicic, who boots the ball towards halfway. Chested down by Millgate. And it's going to be cleared away. Going to do a lot of work today now, the Sydney FC side. Malt's coming across. But now that they're 10 men, could be a long night. The ball was out. Kalusic couldn't do much, really. So no score here after 7. Make it 10 minutes to be exact. 7 minutes at Landon Stadium. And it's Hills 0, Rockdale 1, Spirit 2, Central Coast 0 after 83. Jesic throws it in. The 6-yard box, it bounces back. The edge of the area. They'll try to find a good ball as there's the shot by Sulcevic that ricochets off. Marconi, Jesic is offside. Flag went up. Windust trying to make an argument about it. So again, it will be Pavlicic to take this. Sydney FC. Kalusic heads it down. Ayama working it wide. Franco Mayer again has possession. He's got support. He goes himself. Trying to work it in. Ricochet saw Ayama work it on. And at the end, Sulcevic dispossessed. Sydney FC trying to go forward again. Mayer. And Mayer taken down. Similar area. This time, no foul given at all. That was definitely ball contact. Did touch off Marconi last, so no foul given. And at the Palace, it's no score. And at the moment, it's the only game with no score because St George FC have just scored a goal against Apia. 1-0 after 16 minutes, in fact, now. And 85 gone. Spirit leads Central Coast 2-0. And as I said, Rockdale lead Hills at Landon 1-0. They're the games in progress. And City battle is coming up shortly, St George and Blacktown. Back here. Scarcella working it back to Pavlicic. Scarcella again has it. This ball going up to halfway. Nathan Millgate lobs it up. Maltz getting involved with the Kalusic, and now Alfaro has taken down the challenge. Shot from Saurus there. This will be taken about 6 yards from halfway. Kalusic, the man, works it over halfway. It's Windust and then played on by Ayama. Vela back to Ayama. Windust was sitting behind. Mayer wasn't going to get to that one. Goes out for a throw on the far side. So it will be Mao who will take the throw, or will he offer it up for somebody else to take it? He takes it short. Played back by Alfaro. Ball touches off Marconi. Will be a Sydney FC throw again. Scarcella. Back to Pavlicic. Pavlicic working it to the right. Alfaro has it again. Kaczarski trying to do some work. Mao gets it again. Alfaro really scuffs that. Again, it will be a throw on that far side. And all games have started now with the City derby on. St George and Blacktown. No score there after 1 at Penshurst Park. So we'll be keeping up to date with all of the games going on in the competition. Repeating last night was Sydney Olympic too good for Manly 2-0. There's now Marco Jesic. Won't get to that. Scarcella was quick enough, and Scarcella works it on to Mao. Mao again. Up to the right channel. Matitas couldn't do much initially, as now it's Hilton who has to do some work. Wind dust. A challenge by Kaczarski was fine. Kalosic. Then it's worked on. Offside is Susovic. Offside call. And we'll see Sydney FC have it. Kalosic going to Scarcella, back to Kalosic. It's over halfway. Now, chested it down, works it back. Kalosic. Over halfway. Millgate heads it down. Again, they look to set up here. Sky Blues. Kaczarski was beaten. All right. Anton Milinaric, good work by him. It's Marconi's side, a little bit different to the last time I've got the call with them. Admittedly, it was back in 2022. Actually funny to think that I didn't get an opportunity last year to be at the Palace. It's one of the great grounds for football, historical. I talk about historical venues all the time as the flag goes up. So Marconi will have possession. This is one of the historical venues. So many great moments over the years from the NSL and now the NPL. Hosting an NPL Grand Final back in 2020 in the COVID year. And Rockdale and Sydney FC played what was an absolute cracking contest. Just think of those great games over the years and the players that have graced this venue. I couldn't exactly say the turf because the turf has probably changed over the years. And now Mayo's offside. But it is one of those special venues, and for us as well as broadcasters, and I talk about it from my opinion. I think about some of the great guys that have called here over the years, and Simon Hill's obviously called Australia Cup ties here, and back in the old days, Mike Cockerell, rest in peace, would have called games here. Same as Paul Williams, again another one that we lost far too early. Deep ball by Kaczarski, didn't do much really, as trying to work it up was on Arich. Touches off Sydney FC, so Marconi will get the ball back. Even Les Murray again would have been one that would have hosted, and I don't know if he called games here, but he would have hosted coverages over the years. Johnny Warren, so many names you can think of, and the players of course, so many as well. Born halfway. Scarcella trying to work it up the line. How can I forget also Steve Rebellion and also Peter Wilkins from the ABC. And Alan Hunter would have played here and also called. I think he may have coached at one point. Not for this club, but would have coached against Marconi. There's now Kalosic. Loses possession, then the challenge in the air. This is going to be a card. Yellow card's given to Kalosic on the challenge on Jonathan Soros. Well, he's going to go to the card today. What he's saying, one red card given, and that was early in the game, I might add. One that I think we were surprised that was called, to be honest. It was. Now, Kalosic gets the yellow. Also was Jesus. Man who got the card. There's now Soros. Has to go back. Milinaric. Too deep. And the ball goes out. Now we'll take the throw on this grandstand side of Marconi Stadium. Every game live and free on Football New South Wales via YouTube. Subscribe for everything. You can. It's like, I always laugh because I think of WatchMojo.com. We'll go back to that in a second. As cutting back inside was Mayer. Yes, Edge. He'll go to the right to Vela. Vela Chips it in. Oh, beautifully hit up, but just the wrong side for Aoyama. What could have been the opener, not to be. Score remains 0-0 as Villa trying to pressure this Sydney FC side, but Scarcella worked it on. But yeah, he won possession there, Villa, against Maltz. Now Aoyama utilises Villa on this right channel. Scarcella on him. Scarcella's going to win out. Villa's going to go like a scolded dog trying to get to it. Will be a throw to Marconi on this near side. Just going to say, it's like that old line from WatchMojo.com. You know, at the end when you're watching the clips, those top 10s or top 30s now, I think it's ended up being, because they're just pretty much putting all the videos they've done 15 years ago and just jamming them together. And they go, you can hit the bell for the notifications. That's all I think about is Jesic throws it in. Windust, and oh, just again, a chance gone begging for Dylan Surcevic. Now they'll have to go up. Glasson there. Ball goes over halfway. Millgate. Shipping it forward again. Isaurus. Mao has got it. Mao works it up. Glasson. The ball goes out for a throw on the far side for the Stallions. Millgate. Windust. Villa. Saurus, good ball on. Windust. Windust working it back. Exchanges of passes by Marconi. Ayala, Saurus on the left. The ball on from Daniel. Mao tried to win it. Daniel touches the Stallions last. Will be a throw on that grandstand side. A goal and injury time to Central Coast Mariners. Spirit 2, Central Coast 1. Christie Park is there. A miracle for the Mariners. While at Landon after 19, Hills 0, Rockdale 1. Marconi and Sydney FC here, no score after 22. And the game between St George FC and Apia, 1-0. St George FC leading that. St George City and Blacktown, no score after 9 minutes. Back here. We've got a game on here with a 10-men Sydney FC side. There's also, after the 7th minute, a red card for a challenge on Franco Mayer. Sydney FC now go forward. Goes over halfway. And it's played out by Anton Milinaric. Did touch Sydney FC last, they're saying, so it will be a throw for Marconi, but did initially get the brunt from the Marconi player. Ball goes to Windust. Windust is on halfway. Villa. Nice touch. Surcevic to Villa. Villa. Looking to come back to Windust. Windust again. Utilising Millgate. Goes across. Now Milinaric. They're setting up again here. Daniel wants it. Mayer gives it to him. Get the foul though on the challenge of Mayer. The grandstand side of the venue. Night sky taking full effect at the stadium. The lights. You can see Marconi looking to set up. Set piece to be taken. It's worked into the area. Pavlicic punches it away. Sydney FC need to clear. They're going to do a good job as Mao's going to have it on the right side. Daniel, good challenge. Throw will be taken by the Sky Blues. Maltz wanting to take the throw. Will be Mao to take it. Be interesting to see what Sydney FC do in this situation as Glasson has it. Works it on. And they're fighting tooth and nail to hold possession. Malinara has it. Goes to Vela. In fact, Jesic. Vela's on the brain, of course. Very good play on this right side. Michael Jesic, of course, the captain of Marconi, mainstay of the club. Same as Vela, he's been around for a while. As now, the Stallions have it on halfway. Windust, he's got Vela on the right. He utilises him now. Cuts back inside. Sulcevic. Oyama chips it up. Jesic on side. Nice touch. Sulcevic tried to pull the trigger. It bounces off Lancaster. And it goes out. As Kacharski having a chat to the referee, Danny Halstead. So Marconi will set up this corner. So there is not a car park spot to be found up top. There's a lot underneath. Ground has good spectators here. The club is pumping as well. I wonder what it's like on a Saturday night at Marconi Club. Corner comes in. Pavlicic trying to punch it away. Did second time. Flag did go up. So much was going on in that situation. So it'll be a Sydney FC ball. Everybody was trying to skirmish. Full time between Spirit and Central Coast. 2-1 the score. Spirit winning that game at Christie, or the Arctic Circle I should say, while Hills losing to Rockdale 2-0. 23 gone. Rockdale looking good in that one. 30 gone. St George Saints 1. Apia 0. And St George City 0. Blacktown 0 after 14. Here, it's no score after 26. They're a man down, Sydney FC, but they're looking good. Mao has possession. And he gets a foul for his side. And now it's Alfaro who goes forward. Winning position, Oyama. And again, Jesic, Oyama. Oyama trying to squeeze himself in possession. Takes the shot, Pavlicic. Very good. Gets his hands, pushes it away. Corner, but good job by Pavlicic. The job is on. Stallions to take this corner on the grandstand side of the venue. Crowd's bubbling here, knowing something is going to happen. Jesic will take it. Millgates. No. The header was the right idea, but it was always going wayward. And won't be the case. Of course, Marconi missing their key weapon, James Timokovsky. But they've got players that can score. Franco Mayer's got 2 goals this season. Marko Jesic 1 this year. Sulcevic 1 as well as Nathan Millgate. Players who are in the side tonight that have scored goals this season. Now, other goal scorers out include Dominic Costanzo and Miloslav Popovic. They look to set up again the Sky Blues. Ball goes back inside, but again the clearance by Nathan Millgate. Combination between Glasson and Kacharski. We'll see quite a bit of that today. Glasson, who's near the 18-yard box at the moment, as Mau's taken down. The challenge foul has been called. We'll be keeping abreast of those two players. You don't have the specs on them. A similar build. And of course, he's here more redder, if you want to make that the call. Probably more brown, but from here it could be anything. It'll be Kacharski to take this. Works it into the area. Nathan Amatitis trying to work it inside. Now it's Maltz. Good footwork. Marconi will win out here. Mouse challenge. He gives away a foul on Saurus. Millgate just gets it out of there. Yesic can't turn around. Will have to go back, and he does to his keeper Hilton. Hilton works it to his left. Marich. Mayer. Daniels on the run. Mayer cuts inside. Will have to go short. Does. Saurus back to Milinaric. Again, it's a chance building. Mayer's going to work it up. And it's going to come down for the Sky Blues to clear. Corner, or I should say, throw on that far side. Now we're near the corner. Lancaster trying his best for Sydney FC. We're going to see quite a bit of him defensively now. He's going to be called up to do a lot of work. Just thinking about that corner, of course, on the grandstand side. See the old ticket booth. Yesic throws it in. Milinaric heads it. Well, I should say it was Millgate who headed it. And Milinaric on the brain. At the end, Windus couldn't do much with it. The ball goes out. So it will be Pavlicic to take this. Pavlicic works it up to halfway. Headed down. And now Sulcevic was trying to find Villa on the run. Kadorsic cuts it off. Pavlicic up to halfway. Headed by Klassen. This is Millgate. Comes back. Milinaric this time. Goes back to Hilton. Windust again has it. Goes back inside. And Villa couldn't get the ball on he was looking for, but did touch off the Sky Blues. Scarcella there. Saurus doing some work, which is good. Having his second start for the season, Jonathan Saurus. Big stat to add. Talk about Sydney FC. For them, their goal scorers this season. Quintal out of this lineup today. Same as France have scored goals this season. They've scored pretty much just over half of the goals for the Sky Blues this year. As now it's Kaczarski. Matitas. Not to be. Matitas. Just couldn't get the strike he was looking for. Sydney FC will have to set up again. Their only goal scorers this season who are on the pitch, Nathan and Glassen. So they're the two. They've scored one goal each. As Mao has possession. Ooh. They're both going for the ball, and it will be Sydney FC ball. Saurus looked like he was bowled over there. Ball went out. Sydney FC will take the throw. Kaczarski. There'll be a throw again on that grandstand side for the Stallions. Daniel, and the ball goes out, will be an FC ball. Goal to St George FC, leading Apia 2-0 now after 37. Hills 0, Rockdale 2 after 31. And St George and Blacktown no score after 21. There are the games around the grounds. Football New South Wales on YouTube. Every game live and free in 2024. Now we see Sulcevic working on to Yesic. Yesic will work it back inside the Mayer. Mayer has a cross really to Vela. Vela works it, well, didn't really do much with it. He was trying to find somebody on that far post. I think really Sulcevic was the target, but Pavlicic again, good work by him. As the ball will go out. Sydney FC, they're going to be really working hard here. Obviously, as we've mentioned a few times, Azus, another game, a red card, but a yellow card to Karusic. You don't want to lose him because he has been defending his heart out. This game is going to be an absolute beauty because you can still feel something's going to happen as Vela now cuts it inside, works it on Sulcevic. Sulcevic can't clear it. Well, Karusic did well. Sulcevic trying to get to it again, but he plays it out for a throw for Sydney FC. "35 minutes in this one. Marconi will have the throw now on this side. There's a goal here, we know that. But who's going to get the strike? That's going to be the big question. Who's going to be the one to offer it up? Will be Jesic to take the throw. Jesic into the 6-yard box. Windus heads it over the top. Really not going to be the goal that they were looking for, but it was a decent effort. There's no question about it. Pavlicic over halfway. Goes out. Gives Marconi a chance to set up here. The Stallions know that they can get this opening goal and crush the hearts of Sydney FC. They've been defending gallantly, but also they've had some attacking chances. Saurus beaten nicely. Also, good defensive read by Afaro. Ball drops back for Milinaric. Milgate. Yama. Vela. Windust. Windust. Working it back to Milgate. Working around again is Daniel. Comes back for Milinaric. Milgate again. Saurus utilised Windust, and now it's Yama to Vela. Vela, nice ball. Sulcevic. Saurus, back heel. Vela can't get to it. Karusic again in position. Afaro to Karusic. Windust plays it down. Yama trying to get himself on the angle. He wins the foul here, I might add. So Marconi again will get another chance. Marko Jesic having a brief chat to Franco Meyer, working on what the plan is. Two-man wall at the moment. There's a man marking Sulcevic. Jesic will take it. Stops. And then it's a low ball by Meyer. Bounces back to Meyer from Aoyama. Doesn't do much. Kaczarski calling for a foul. Wasn't coming. Ball goes back to Marko Jesic. Well, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what was doing there. Look, I get that they were trying a plan, but didn't work, and I don't know if it was ever going to be a workable plan, to be honest. Not the set piece they were looking for, but they got the ball back, Marconi. They could try whatever they want. As the Stallions look to go to the right to Windust. Windust to Vella. Vella again. Good defensive read by Scarcella. See Marconi going back to Millgate. Milinaric will let it go back to Daniel. He was forward, but they won't go to him. Milinaric decides to go to Millgate. Millgate will load it back to Windust. Vella. Ayama. Vella's on the run. Kolosic clears it again. How many times do we have to say that? He has been their defensive weapon in this contest. Vella. Kolosic. Scarcella had Alfaro, then Scarcella. Ooh. Millgate's challenge eventually does get called. Nathan Amanatidis. Will be a foul going to Sydney FC. Amanatidis doing well up front. Does make it challenging when you have a man down. Now you do set up your front because obviously defence has to be your main focus. As now going forward again, Surcevic. Ball will go out and he'll kick it in disgust. Set up wasn't going to happen really. Flash scores around the grounds. 38 gone, Hills 0. Rockdale 2, Marconi 0, Sydney FC 0, of course here after 41. St George FC lead Apia 2-0 and St George City 0. Blacktown City 0, that's after 28. That's St George Apia game, by the way, after 45. There's Kacharski going forward. Just Kacharski cutting up. Trying to say too many words. It's Scarcella and Vella. And Vella trying to win out. Vella works it back inside to Jesic. Kolosic is there. Back to Alfaro. He utilises Kacharski. Jaden Kacharski. Down this left side. And it will be his ball again. To touch off Marconi last. Jesic arguing the toss, but the referee saying no. Start of this autumn, now you can feel the winds here at the venue. Of course, you can hear it in the background as well. It's a cold night. Sounds of the game as ball is worked on. Klassen loses it. Malt's able to work it back. Lancaster going to Mao. Now trying to cut back inside. Trying to do some work here. Marconi now with possession, but the flag's up. Surcevic was going to be offside the whole way through. Pavlicic over halfway. Jesic. Klassen. Alfaro. Amanatidis. Vella wins it. Ayama. Maya back. Ayama. Jesic, challenge there by Mao. Play continues. Mao taken down afterwards. Play continues again. The Sky Blues have possession. Ball on. Kacharski crosses it in. Klassen back. Great work. Maltz couldn't do anything about it. Again, they look good, Marconi. Getting themselves Out of trouble there is Mayer. Trying to go back and the ball goes out. Did touch off the Sky Blues. Will be a throw on that far side. This is an entertaining game. As I said, we're waiting for a goal, but in saying that, both sides have had their chances and defensively look sound. Scarcella now to load up a challenge. Ball going back to Alfaro. Scarcella utilising Kadosic, and now it's Lancaster. Goes to Mao. Mao to Lancaster. Lancaster across to Kadosic. By the way, I've got to say, I think it was during the women's game that was on today at the Arctic Circle. A couple of dogs, I think, put a halt to play for a moment or two because the dogs ran onto the field. I just love that story. It's one of the funniest things about football, especially in the NPL. Anything can happen. Dogs running onto the field. Oh, that's 10 out of 10 on the Koala Bear stamp. I love it. Oh, I love it. How good. In the meantime, they're going to set up here Marconi. Scarcella again. Let's see what they can offer up now. Maltz there that actually made that run for the ball, I should say. But Scarcella again has been important for this side. Doing some things today that is impressive as Millgate back to Windust. Dust coming to Vella. Vella. Back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated 1 minute of stoppage time. Let's get behind that Marconi Stallions, ladies and gentlemen.
1 minute of additional time added. Of course, at least a minute. The official words to use. That's been drilled in my head by Dorso from Wollongong, who makes a big point of doing that. The MC there, extraordinaire, Dorso. He's probably listening, and he'll probably say I'm listening. Throw comes in by Jesic and stopped by Pavlicic. Sydney FC keep this at the moment. This is a good half. Like a man down to make sure it's 0-0 at half time. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. As now the ball has worked back inside. It's chipped up by Kaczarski. Mao has it again. He'll look to go to the right side. Glasson cuts it back inside. Half time. So half time at the Palace. It's 0-0 between Marconi and Sydney FC. Really the story is the fact that we had a red card after 7 minutes for Zachary De Jesus. A yellow card to Joseph Kadosic. So at half time it's 0-0. Around the grounds quickly. Hills trailing Rockdale 2-0 after 45. Marconi obviously 0-0 against Sydney FC. Half time between St George FC and Apia. It's 2-0 St George. And St George City 0. Blacktown City 0 after 35 minutes. We break here on NPL's New South Wales coverage on YouTube, Football New South Wales. You can catch it there where you can subscribe and hit the bell for more notifications. We break and we come back for the second half in about 10 minutes.
Need expert advice, legal expert advice, that's what they do. Nippy, view up on Nippy. Peter Warren Ford, Alerts Construction, Legia and Martin Football. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, don't forget. Ladies and gentlemen, Sydney FC have made a substitution. Coming on the pitch, number 26, Marconi Stallions. Coming off, number 7, Nicholas Alvaro.
We're walking you back to Marconi Stadium, as you heard, a substitution for Sydney FC. And that is important to note. Let's see what the young fella can do. Marco Santiago or Santiago is on the way. Marconi. Can they win this game? As, geez, that was an interesting situation. Mao's on the ground. So you can hear, come on, what about that? What about that from the Marconi player? He's having a word, Franco Maya. But the challenge there was hard. And let's just have a look at Maya here, because, I should say Mao here, because he is absolutely struggling with his, well, he's pointing towards his shoulder, well, not the shoulder, the arm, the right arm. So that's a concern. That's the case. That could be him over. Like, just watching him run at the moment, that's just dangling at the moment. Keep an eye on that. It's Marconi looking to try to do something. Aoyama couldn't. I wouldn't be shocked if Mao is off the field in a couple of minutes, because he's not holding it, but you can see it's dangling at the moment. Don't think that's a good thing continuously, as now Daniel has a chance. He works it on. Well, Mayo wasn't ready, and Mao's going to be able to clear it. Goes up, and it will be stopped by Hilton. We'll keep an eye on it. As I said on Mao, doesn't look overly flash. Okay, so Maya has possession on halfway. He works it up the line. He's trying to cut inside Sulcevic. Goes back to Milgate. Milgate utilises Aoyama, who works it to the right. Now the ball goes back from Maya. So the FC try to clear it, but that does go out. Will be a corner. Well, Lancaster tried his best, just wasn't to be. Now it's a Marconi corner for Marko Jesic. Can Marko Jesic get the almighty charts going for Marconi? Because they are 0-0 against the 10-man Sydney FC side. They've made one change as well. Alfaro, the man that was taken off, as Jesic goes short. Aoyama back to Jesic. Jesic, he crosses it into the mixer. It's going to be cleared, but Aoyama does well to get to it. Maya chips it up. Aoyama, oh, Kodosic. Bit of hair, well, I'm not going to even say hairy carry, because that was actually pretty good what he did, but it was a bit of a concern because he quickly went back to Pavlicic, and Marconi were pressing, but still he did the job. He did the job, but it was one of those scary moments for Sydney FC as Aoyama works it to the right. Now it's Marconi again trying to penetrate. Sulcevic was taken down, no foul called. Sydney FC go again. Catches off the Stallions. Wind dust. It's a run by Glasson. Scarcella working it to the right to Mao. Mao taking the challenge. Ball does go out for a throw for the Stallions. Around the ground scores. St George FC 2, Apia 0 after 53. Half-time between St George and Blacktown, the city battle. No score there at Penshurst. And Hills 0, Rockdale 2 at Landon Stadium. Half-time score there. So that's what's happening live action. And Spirit, they defeated Central Coast 2-1. Big win for Spirit as they really trying to get their season back into full swing after there's been a tough start to the season for them. Promoted last year, or promoted for the start of last season's competition. And second year's Blues really playing an effect. Well, looked like it anyway, but now they're back into full swing, which is good. There's now Maltz. The ball goes out. Did touch off the Sydney FC side last as Kacharski was trying to run forward. Did touch off him as Jesic now works it up, and there's a ball across from Sulcevic. And now Vela's on a charge. Vela takes a shot! Yes, Vela, yes!
Goal for the Marconi Stallions!
Brandon Vela with a brilliant strike. And he deserved that, and Marconi have got the lead. 1-0. And that is a brilliant strike. That is a lovely strike. Vela the man. And now Marconi have got control of this, and you worry when it's a 10-man side of Sydney FC if they're going to go on the back foot or if they're going to charge. Well, Kacharski wants to charge. Windust won possession. Now goes the way of Marconi. Now, I've just got this feeling Marconi's going to go on with a big job here. This third place side heading into this game has now possession for Mayer, who gets it on to Daniel, who's trying to crab himself around. He got a foul for that. And now they go forward down the right side. Trying to take a shot again, but not to be. And, well, I've got to say, I think Vela was trying his luck again, as there is a sky blue on the ground. So this is in the substitute. Marco Santagelo. Santagelo does get back up, but he's ginger. So taking stock quickly on Mao, he seems to be okay. So I'm glad I'm not a doctor because, well, even still, the running's a little bit. I'm just watching him run again, and when as I was about to say, he looks okay. Then he sort of cocked his arm, but he's okay. So he's obviously able to play on, but yeah, copped a bit, didn't it, from that challenge before. As Marko Jesic can't get a pass on. Mao's got possession. Mao cutting through. Taken down by Mayer. Had a tumbled Mao, but he got back up. Daniel. And that's played out from Maltz. And now it's Marconi again. Millgate has possession. Working it to the right to Windust. Windust back to Millgate. Millgate utilising Milinaric, who goes on. And now on this left channel, Saurus utilised Daniel, and now it's back to Saurus. Now trying to make a challenge. Saurus crosses in. Sydney FC clear back to Mao. Mao needs to do something. Daniel's on him like Locust, but Mao's able to clear, and the ball goes out for a throw on this broadcast side. Milinaric working it to the right. The Stallions building again. Vela works it to Windust. Windust needs to cut back inside. Windust, good ball, Jesic. Jesic back across. Sulcevic goes back. Yama works it on. Sulcevic. And that will go out for a goal kick. Not the goal he was looking for. It's going to be honest, a game that is opening up now. And as much as I fear that this could end up being a big win for Marconi, Sydney FC just keep on doing what they do, and they're staying in the contest, and it's great, and we want to see this. They are down to 10 men, but they are really playing their hearts out. And look, as they're going forward again here, chance, and Milgate with the challenge on Nathan Amanatidis. Amanatidis has been really trying to penetrate forward for Sydney FC today. As again the Sky Blues setting up from behind. I'll get the throw going their way. It's a good run there by Marco Santagello. Kacharski. Marconi went out. Villa back. Windust. Hilton. Daniel. Mao challenges. Mao wins the challenge. Mao taken down by Daniel. Foul called. $11 gone in this second half. Here at the Palace. Marconi lead 1-0. It was a goal to Villa a few minutes ago. Sydney FC looking to retaliate. Got the feeling they can. Kacharski, he's not going to take this. It will be in Nathan Amanatidis. Amanatidis to take this. He chips it up and it goes wayward. Nathan's luck is not there on this situation. Substitution for Marconi. Coming off is Sulcevic, and coming on is going to be Yakov Mabasa. Yakov to make his way on the Mariners system. So Malbasa. Sulcevic, good stint. I've got to say, he tried his best for the Peter Sakinis side. By the way, the rest of the subs for Marconi: Mackenzie Sieron, Matthew Martinago and Luca Rasso, with Julian Monge and Samuel Hover. And for Sydney FC, the rest of their subs: Justin Cardozo with Mason Harting, Webster, and Zinedine. Is now we're going to charge here from Franco Maya. Not to be. Maya has been working very hard in this contest today. Of course, earlier before in the 20s, Marconi won 2-0 against Sydney FC. A great performance by the Stallions in the 20s. Foul called for Marconi. Jesic on the charge. Ball goes in to Mao, clear it. And now it's Kacharski. Best ball by Glasson. He'll get it back, and then Glasson wins a challenge. Kacharski now. Amanatidis has it now. He tries to have a shot, ricochets off Milgate. Cleared by Windust. Comes down. Mao tries to win it against Mayer. Ooh, Mayer's challenge there. He's on the deck, Mao. He's on the deck. Mayer, is he going to be called in here? It'll be interesting if he is. What an intriguing situation this will be. The challenge on Mao. Was trying to get the foot up to clear it. Mayer. Then Mao's gone down.
Marconi Stallions FC acknowledges
This is very interesting because this will definitely be Mao's game now, because he has fallen on that shoulder side too, of that arm that he was having trouble with before. And he's getting treatment. You're seeing this now. They're having a chat to him. They're making sure he's okay. I just wonder if a sub is going to be more accurate for Sydney FC here. I think it might be. They're trying to stretch him, as we could see, doing the test. We saw the thumbs, so that means thumbs up, we're all good. Okay. As I have a drop ball here. So the ball will go back to Pavlicic from that drop ball. So, where does this game go from here? Because Marconi have got the lead, but Sydney FC have played well with 10 men, and they're a side that won't give up. Jimmy Van Rieren, a very good coach. Jimmy Van Rieren, as this will be a yellow card on challenger Aoyama. Yellow card given. So now they come to the left. It's Daniel, George Daniel, working it on to Maya. Maya. He's got Mao on him. Mao's on the ground again. Well, he's putting his body on the line, that's for sure. And this will be a corner, I think you'll find. Or, well, he saw something here, so there will be a corner. A flag went up on the far side, saying it just went out. And Marko Jesic will take the corner. So now it's Marko Jesic. Takes the corner. High riser. Comes back for Saurus. Flag was up. Be a Sydney FC ball. So for those who just missed it from last night, Sydney Olympic defeated Manly 2-0. Now, how about this for timing? If the lights are going to go out in the field, you want to wait for the game to be at completion. Literally, the lights went out as injury time just elapsed in the second half. So what about the timing? So to say that the game went out in a blaze of glory is one way of putting it. 2-0 for Olympic last night, and today Spirit defeated Central Coast 2-1. Good game for Spirit as they get themselves back. And do you want to hear the cliche joke? They got some spirit back in their season. Yeah, I said it. Could have just let that go, but I had to say it. Hills are struggling against Rockdale at the moment, 2-0 after 59. St George Saints lead Apia 2-1. Geez, that would be a big result for FC to win that. And St George and Blacktown at no score. Drama's going on this one. It's 1-0 for Marconi. The Stallions have got the foul going their way. As the Stallions come to the left, it's George Daniel. Daniel Jesic couldn't get on the ball on that run. Comes back to the keeper, Adam Pavlicic. Ball goes over halfway. Headed back from George Daniel. George Daniel, yeah, that's correct, Nick. For a second I was losing my mind thinking, George Daniel, what team does he play for? having caught him for a few different clubs over the years. George Daniel played for the Wanderers and the Mariners in those A-League setups of the academies, and Olympic and Wanderers Junior too, I might add. George Daniel. But he never played for Sydney FC, Nick. So, anyway, Mayer has possession on this left, and he'll work it back to Millgate. Millgate. That Villa strike before was brilliant as Windus works it on. Ayama can't get to it, the former Blacktown player. You remember what he did for Blacktown during that 22 season. Japan, talented player. It's now Sydney FC. Kacharski, well, he's never going to get to it. Milinaric, oh geez. There was contact there, but it was both of those players just sliding. Sydney FC will have the ball, but it's one of those intriguing moments. I should say Marconi wanted the ball, but Sydney FC were chasing for it. Michael Jesic working to the right. Michael have had a very good game today. Ball goes out for a throw on that grandstand side. Windust on halfway. Takes it. Of course, tomorrow, some big games happening in this competition. Looking forward to the action continuing in week 7. Sydney United and Sutherland at 3 p.m. tomorrow, and Wollongong and Wanderers at 3 p.m. They're your 2 men's games, and we've got a whole host of women's action. I'll be at VSP for what's going to be a game between Bulls and Apia. Big game. Bulls are playing well so far this season. Apia got some work to do. We know the situation they're in as Sydney FC looking to pounce forward. Glasson, a challenge there by Aoyama. Glasson wins his side the foul. Ball goes over halfway. Kacharski. Kacharski, the captain. Working it on. Maltz. Mao. Daniel on him. Mao taking down the challenge. Mayer on the left. Maltz winning it. Ricochets off Mayer. Now again, it's Maltz. Now has possession. Going back to Lancaster. Lancaster finding Kolosic. Kolosic working it to the left. Not too much with that ball. Glasson. Glasson just struggling to get control on that. Around the grounds, quickly to Landon, a goal to Rockdale, 3-0. They lead Hills after 64. Marconi 1, Sydney FC 0 here, as we know. St George FC lead Apia 2-1, and as now that ball is worked wide, and probably a little bit too much wide there from Vella. It's a 0-0 between St George City and Blacktown City after 58. So that's what's happening in those matches. Around the grounds as Windust tries to work it in. Cleared away by Kolosic. Barca, and then the ball on. Jesic with a header. Villa was the man that squeezed it in possession. And the save made by Pavlicic. Mao working a ball line. Is he quick enough here? No. Well, Nathan tried his best. Mananatitis. As now they've got possession again, Sydney FC. Couldn't do much with it in that situation there in Sant'Angelo. Maltz was trying to get himself in a spot. Jeez, he's a good young player, Maltz. First time I've seen him in the flesh. There's now Daniel. And Yakov Mabasa not happy with the way Mayer was in position, but the flag was up anyway. Change for the Sky Blues. Coming off is Maltz. As soon as I wrapped him, he's coming off the field. Coming on is Justin Cardozo. So that's the sub for Sydney FC. Sydney FC having a drink of water to a couple of those players. Sydney FC players having a drink of water. So, we've had 71 minutes, 1-0. And we're already into the cold period. You know, we're going to have 29-degree days next week. As they're going to make another sub by the looks of it here. That's the sub that... actually, Cardozo is going to come on, but it looks like... Marco Sant'Angelo coming off. Okay, so they're going to keep on here Jay Maltz. That was initially centre-forward. And then they've made the change. I find that interesting because they show that change and then they've come back. Unless my eyes are deceiving me, I saw a 15 on there, didn't I? That was going to be the initial change. Anyway. Throw taken by Marconi. Windust works it back to Millgate. Millgate utilising Milinaric. He in turn utilises Saurus. And then a ball on for Mayer. Jesic. And then it's a shot by Malbasa. Yakov Malbasa celebrates. Marconi 2 to the good against Sydney FC. Yakov with a lovely goal. And that has ended the game, I reckon, at 2-0. As the joint is in hysteria now with AC/DC playing in the background. And it's at 2-0 now. And Sydney FC, well, they've been trying gallantly with 10 men, but I think the day is about to go against them. They'll keep on trying, there's no question about it, but I think their day is pretty much done in terms of winning this one. But, well, a shot. Well, they're going to charge, aren't they? They did hit the wrong side of the net, but they're going to charge. Gleason will be the man, if anybody. 2-0 here at the Palace. Wow. Hope you're enjoying this one wherever you may be. Jesic headed it down. Kalusic playing it up. It's played down Mayer for himself, and all. Good challenge for the ball. And he'll get his side a foul, and a yellow card will be given to George Daniel. Nathan Amatidis. Amatidis in that situation. Great work to win the ball in the first place. And then taken down. Amatidis and Kaczarski linking up. Kaczarski winning the ball. Kaczarski. I don't think he was going to get it on the third effort, but it was a great chance to penetrate up the middle. Milnaric, great defence. Sydney FC, again looking to reload. Aoyama has possession. Aoyama to the right. Villa taken down. Sky Blues on the charge. Ball on from Cardozo. Eventually Marconi will have it. Next week, the Stallions, they're back at home on Easter Saturday. They take on the Mariners, while Sydney FC on Easter Sunday travel to Landon to play Blacktown City. That's going to be another test. To mind you, City have had an indifferent start to the year. Sydney FC, and it's always hard. Look, we talk about how hard it is for academies. You don't have the same sides every week, especially in the top half of the year with the A-League. I know a few years ago it was even worse when you had the Champions League, and that always affected things. There's a sub going to be made for the Sky Blues. We park the peepers to see who's coming on. And it'll be Zedadine. So the young fella will make his way on the field. That's Zedadine Ardian Sarr. So Ardian Sarr comes on. And off the field is Maltz. So his shift is over. Ardian Sarr, let's see what he can do with the ball. By the way, around the grounds, because a goal for Blacktown City. They lead 1-0 against St George City after 66. No, I won't do an impersonation of Kenny Callender and Richie. They both do say a certain way of saying 66, but I don't want to be shoved off as Millgate plays it out. And the other games, Hills 0, Rockdale 3, Marconi 2, you're seeing that, Sydney FC 0. I'll explain why I keep on doing that. St George FC 2, Arpia 1. I am Ron Burgundy sometimes because I'm looking through the scores on a website and they have it in that order, and I keep on saying, and Marconi leads Sydney FC. I know, I'm here. Anyway, Yakov, Mabasa, scored one goal before. He works it back inside. Mayer can't get to it. Cut off. Now Glasson needs to go forward here. Works it on. He's in an offside position here, Nathan. Amatidis, a man there that was offside. So again, Millgate going to the right to Windust. Amatidis trying to push as you see Abasa giving away the foul. Mao. Kaczarski, back to Mao. Mao working it back. Lancaster. Karosic. Karosic working it on. Sky Blues down 2-0. He's on a run here. Cardozo. As the ball goes back to Hilton. Hilton up to halfway. Jesic leaping high. But won by Sydney FC. Glasson trying to get himself involved quite a bit here. You know, he would be the man likely if there is one to score. You know, Kacharski's another one. And then Titus is another. But in saying that, I think you're seeing a lot more of Glasson chasing for it. Mao spinning around and he works it back. And Kudusic, who's, as I said, he's had a good game today. I know that Sydney FC are down 2-0, but you can get a lot of positives out of this game today. As now, trying to make it a positive is Marconi. The flag was up on Mayer. And it's Mao looking to work it up to Kacharski. Kacharski couldn't do much with it, trying to win it back. Saurus with the ball. Hilton. Windust. Villa. Villa coming back. Milgate. Up to Jesic. Chested it. Works it back. Now they're on the surge. Ayama back. Hilton. Monarich. Works it on to Mayer. Mayer again. He's on halfway. He's got support. Utilises Malbasa if he can get to it, but he couldn't. Kalusic was the tall timber. Villa worked it on, but he was offside. Well, the flag was up, and they'll call it eventually, Malbasa. He's trying to argue the toss, but the referee, Danny Horsted, will say no. Horsted, I should say. There was a shot from range, but really not going to do much. Okay, Mayer, he's having one of those days, isn't he? He knows that there's a goal for him somewhere, but he just can't get it, and time is ticking. Let's be brutally honest. He's been working very hard, but he probably won't see a goal today. But I could be wrong. I don't mind being wrong, and that might be the commentator's curse that he wants. Don't forget, all the highlights on Facebook of these games and also YouTube. They're up pretty quick now. It's an hour after the game, so you can read the match report and see the highlights. So good. So good. So, when do you come home from a disco? Poker night? I don't know what other nights there is that I can actually say on a broadcast. Trivia nights, I can say that. Bingo nights. Music bingo. As George Daniel has it on halfway. George Daniel. Good work by Georgie boy. Looks to Mayer. Mayer trying to flick it back, but Kacharski's there. On the Uber service, and he's on the run now. Titus working it on. Kacharski needs it to cross in. Kacharski back to Mayer for Marconi, so Marconi won it easily. Mao trying to get to him. Mayer needs to work it back. Monarich found Milgate. Windust can't get to it. Ball goes out for a throw on that far side. But yeah, how good is it? The highlights after the game. An hour after the game. It's so good now to watch all the action. I think it's Al back in the studio. That's what I'm calling him. It's Al. Everybody gets the joke. You know, that's a lot of things now. That's the guy that does everything on the internet. Whereas now, Daniel works it back. I know technically you don't spell our AI, but still, let's go with it. Anyway, Daniel works it back. Ball on for Mayer. Saurus found support. Wingdust back inside. Vella's ball, Saurus. And then Jesic couldn't get to it. And now it's a chance again. Kacharski. And Manatitis can't get to it. So time continues to tick in this one. We've had 85. 2-0. Marconi lead the Sky Blues. 2-1. St George FC lead Apia. Blacktown 1. St George City 0. There's a sub for the Stallions. Coming off is Franco Maya. And coming on is Luke Rasso. So Rasso to make his way on.
Number 29, Luke Rasso.
So the Stallions, can they make it 3? Be awesome if they can. See Madison Riley, who'll be writing that match report. She's in the press box. Very sparse press box where she's got the whole space. She can print it out as a corporate suite, actually. Anyway, Villa, we're thinking about money ideas now. George Daniel tries to cross it back inside. Hey, it's only a rod if you're not involved. As now Villa works it back. Onto Milinaric. Goes back to Windust on the right. Windust has possession. I'm going to get in trouble one day for the things I say. Millgate back to Windust. Was trying to get onto it there. Saurus. Geez, he's had a good game. Really impressed with him. Millgate back. As I said, I'll be at VSP tomorrow. Looking forward to that. 6:45, I think, the kickoff for that game. Be great to be there. VSP, it's a fantastic venue. Obviously, home for Football New South Wales. Been that way for a long time. It's just lovely to get there. I think it's on the grass field tomorrow too, so that'll be good to call a game there. Really call a game on the grass field. Well, it will be Sydney FC again with Mao having possession. Daniel wins it. Daniel now works it up. Far post. Mabasa's there. Mabasa, can he work it back inside? Has a shot himself. Ricochets off. Second effort's good by Rasso. Luke Rasso. On the field for about 3 minutes. And delivers that stinging blow. They had the win, but that's probably the one that seals the deal. He looked good there, Lukey boy. Mount Barca had the first shot. The save was made, it came back, and Rasso just took it like a thief in the night. And he scores the goal. As I said, that seals the deal in this one. What a fantastic goal. We've seen a couple today. 3-0 here at the Palace, and Marconi are on their way. This side just keeps on doing great things, and you've got the feeling the Stallions now are in the hunt. I know it's early days in the competition, but you talk about wins, it's banking. It's all about banking. And at the moment, with the way the ladder sits live, of course, they are on first spot, as here's a shot that's saved by Hilton. They are in first. Remember as well, teams that have to play a Wollongong, and they've got goal difference too, I might add, but they're playing Wanderers, and Wanderers, by the way, obviously a team that's on 15 points in second at the moment, and Wollongong fifth on the live ladder on 13 points. But it's going to be very interesting. The race for the premiership, and of course the championship returns in its form of final series. So we're back to finals this year for the longest campaign of NPL New South Wales history. It will feel like As I said, it feels like the scene of basketball at the end, you know, the post-season one. Anyway, in the meantime, enough about the movie I'm going to watch tonight. Referee calls back play, and Marconi are going to make a couple of changes, 3 to be exact. One of them looks to be in Monge, so it'll be Monge, Hover, and Martinago to come on. So they're the 3 subs, and that will be pretty much Marconi's out of the road. Peter Sekinis' men. There's Flea as well. You can see him living the high life on the bench. Good man, Flea. Just loves it. All I can say is that he's growing that beard nicely. I don't want to make the joke. Look, the joke that, you know, he's growing it to be the next Santa Claus in one of the movies. But look, it's a nice beard. It's a really good beard. 3 minutes of additional time has been added. Minimum, of course. As now Marconi working up to halfway. I love that beard. It's a really good beard. Just having a look at it before, it's just a lovely beard. Anyway, ball goes back into the middle. The arm up, back. The ball on from Martinago. I will say that's another one that should be in the awards at postseason. Best beard in the game. I know, I come up with these every week. I need to write these down because it'll be a great awards night. Just go to Stab, go Stab. I wouldn't mind these being awards to be saying, Nick, stop it. No, we can't. Anyway, in the meantime, Marconi have possession. Where does my mind go? I don't know. Villa has possession. For some reason now I've got Tenacious D's tribute in my head. Anyway, the ball goes over halfway. Chasing forward is Hover. Hovers around, but Pavlicic makes the save. 3-0 in this one. We've seen 3 cracking goals in the second half. It was started off by Villa. Brandon Villa's goal was an absolute cracker as he's onside Hover here. Hover now, he's going to go himself. He works it back inside. Malbasa over the top and wide. Malbasa scored the second goal and Rasso scored the third. So that's our goal scorers today. As I said, very impressive performance by Marconi. First half, they weren't able to crack this 10-man Sydney FC side, but the second half they've been brilliant, the Stallions. Sydney FC, as I said, down to 10 men. Lost Jesus after 6 minutes. It's played an effect on this game, no question about it, as Kacharski cuts inside, works it on. Well, that final ball, it wasn't a bad read, I've got to say. The opportunity by Zedadine to get the ball on at the end. Couldn't get to it, Kacharski. Zedadine Adiansar. That's it. Full time in this one. Marconi 3, Sydney FC 0. And Marconi will sleep on top of the tree on 16 points. With games in hand this weekend for the Wanderers and Wollongong, it will be at the moment only interim. But still, Marconi are in the mix. What can happen is this. They could end up equal first by the end of the weekend if the Wanderers draw to Wollongong. Even if Wollongong win, they will still be levelled, Marconi, with the Wolves. So that will make it very intriguing. Quickly, those other scores. Rockdale lead 3-0 in their clash against Hills. Blacktown leads St George City 1-0. It's 2-2 between Apia and St George FC. What an intriguing game that's going to be, the back end of that. But the ladder as it sits, Marconi on 16, Wanderers 15, Rockdale and Blacktown both on 14, Wollongong 13, Apia 13, St George City 11, Sydney United 10, Sydney FC 7, Olympic 6, these are points, Spirit 6, Manly 6, St George FC 6, Hills 6, Sutherland 4, Central Coast 4. I'm hearing that music in the background. That means, isn't Michael Jordan coming onto the field? I'm only joking, I know. Michael Jordan on the court, of course. That was the old Chicago Bulls music. The eye in the sky. In the meantime, the goal scorers in this one, as I said, it all started with Brandon Vella. Then the second goal was scored by Yakov Mabasa. Great goal, and that ultimate goal was scored by the sub Luke Rasso. But full time, 3-0, Marconi too good for Sydney FC. Quickly, I know we're going to leave Sydney FC, I should say Sydney United play Sutherland tomorrow, 3 p.m. Wollongong and Wanderers at 3 p.m. Those games on Football New South Wales YouTube channel. And I'll be at the NPLW game between Apia and the Bulls Academy. We'll chat to you then. Bye-bye for now. Marconi too good.